Welcome to the Inglorious Blasters podcast, the Star Wars Legion podcast talking anything and everything glorious or inglorious about the game. My name is Corey, and with me today are three bolt buckets I call friends, John, Brendan, and Evan. How's it going, my dudes?
Hello.
It's going good.
Brendan does not like
He's
being
thinking.
called a bolt bucket.
He's thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it. I don't disagree with it, but I'm not sure if I like it.
Do you like this one, or
out of line?
do you like this one, or being a stick in the mud from like last time?
Oh, definitely a stick in the mud. It's more my speed.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we have special guest Evan with us today. We dug him out from like the trash to come hang out with us and talk about his new tournament today.
Oh yes.
But before we begin to get into all that fun stuff, let's give a moment to give a shout out to our sponsors of the podcast. We got Baron of Dice. Check out baronofdice.com, his Faraway Galaxy collection. If you use checkout code Glorious, you'll get a little bit of a discount. He's got all of your like Star Wars dice needs. He's got like vehicle dice. I always highlight those because I never remember the facings, the die chart for it. And then like, yeah, just cool, really cool dice. Other game systems as well. Brendan, if I want to print out cool terrain, but I don't have a 3D printer, how do I do that?
Well, the best way to do that would be to go to Panhandle 3D and get some great printed terrain. If you want the awesome aesthetic, don't have a 3D printer, go to Panhandle 3D and use the code Glorious for a discount.
Excellent. John, you know what I'm going to ask you. How do I contain my dice? They're flowing all over the goddamn game table.
Now this is getting intense. I feel like you're just getting angry and angry about these dice.
Yeah.
But you would need a dice tray to do that. And you can get one from the Dice Must Flow. They have a nice Etsy store. And you can get a discount using IG Blasters at checkout for 15% off.
Excellent. So yeah, let's just get into some tournament hype. Evan, tell us why you're here. You got a tournament that you're running. And,
Time to shill, baby.
I wanna
Hey,
hear
all
about
right. Sell myself for the lowest bidder. Actually, this is the first time I've been on a podcast in like 3 months, so I might be rusty. I apologize.
Well, first of all, how does that feel? Does that feel good?
Oh yeah, dude, it feels great. Like I went to a tournament and like no one cared. That was great. That's just like I lost. Yeah, who cares? I didn't have to, talk about what I was gonna do and then not do it and then go on another podcast and then talk about what I could have done different. If only my AAA TSTs did more work. But turns
out they did enough work.
Dude, it was PAX was wild, man. It was like AAA TSTs are like bringing Knights in 40K. Like someone's gonna have a bad time. Either you don't have an answer for me and I'm just steamrolling, or you have the answer and then the game's over in like 20 minutes because you're mopping one up a turn.
Right.
Like it's
right.
Basically what I was doing with the Myrtleizer, so
The Myrtleizer. The madman brings some Myrtleizer. Like the first
and a
ever.
lad. Oh god.
And a lad. The first ever seen in the wild Myrtleizer on a table. Like, love to see it.
It's rare, but they exist.
Yeah, somebody has to take on the mad mantle. So
yeah, that's you, all you, man. I can tell you, it's got ups and downs, mostly downs. My KD is real bad. All right, like they wouldn't. If I jumped on a game of Hunt Showdown, they saw my 0.5 KD at this point, they'd kick me right off. They knew I was just gonna bring it down. But that's the problem with being trying stuff at tournaments is either it goes like really great and you become a folk legend, or you just die and you're at the bottom. Like it's just one of the two.
Try to catch that high again. Yep.
Oh yeah. Gotta keep chasing that dragon. Maybe this will be the next Vader lat. It was not. But
anyways, talk about your tournament. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So, the Golden Sprue, January. I should have had that date ready in my head. I'm not doing great today, guys. That's right. 27th to 28th, in Schenectady, New York. You can find the tickets, the ticket link in the big Discord that in the Golden Spruce section. Also the hotel link. It's gonna be 5 games of Legion. Legion's like the boring reason to go, because that's you do play 5 games. World is coming up in like 2 months, and then like you kind of want the reps, right? Like you're kind of there just to play 5 games and hash it out. The real reason is we're doing a lot of fun stuff. So it's gonna be a Bluey themed children's party. Last year was a Star Wars children's themed party. It turns out it was Tim Hannon's birthday. I didn't know until last minute, so we cobbled together, made goodie bags for everybody, and he had to carry around a inflatable Grogu. This year,
awesome.
apparently, it's like 3 or 4 people's birthday. So if it's your birthday, let me know, and I'll make you carry around like an inflatable Bluey or something. We'll find.
It's my birthday month, but yeah.
Yeah, here the whole whatever we got. Like I'll punish you some way in a way that's not too terrible. And then we'll have like a bunch of cool little goodie bags, stuff like that. We're gonna do. So last year was a Snack Time World Championship. I couldn't find Lupin Chewy anywhere because it's discontinued. But as luck would have it, Lupin Bluey exists. They make a Bluey version of Lupin Chewy.
No, they don't. Do they really?
Yeah, absolutely they do. Yeah. It's called Keepy Uppy the game, and so it's gonna be the Keepy Uppy World Championship as
Nice.
well. So that's Friday. I've got 3 copies, so I'm gonna grab some more. That was sheer luck. That was just like sheer luck. And the Saturday night's going to be trivia. We've got a bunch of trivia packets we're going to do. And like honestly, the boys is like a party. You go to kind of have a good time, and Legion's kind of like the reason to be there. But like hanging out and seeing your friends and kind of in like a more relaxed atmosphere is a big draw. A couple new things that we're doing with this tournament that you're probably not familiar with most Legion tournaments is there's going to be you can just win, like there's the first place for like, hey, you won the tournament, congratulations. The first place winner may not be the grand champion. So how grand champions decided is your paint score, your sportsmanship score, and your placement score all combined. So sometimes like people who are like 3-2 get it to be the grand champion because points and placement give you points, but if you're like a jackass and no one wants to like play you ever again, like yeah, you won, but what's that say for the sport, and what's say it's for sportsmanship? All these games are built on 3 pillars, right? Sportsmanship, hobbying, and then actually playing it. And when you take one of those away, it's kind of silly. So your score will be a combined total, and we're not taking away prizes, we're adding more because of this. So we've got like $500 in Legion product coming in from a store. We've got all sorts of paintbrushes donated from all sorts of people. AMG said they're going to send us stuff. We've got game mats coming in. We've got a local brewery sending us gift cards. We've got a bunch of just straight prizes of all sorts. It's actually going to be kind of nuts. It's there's even like we had originally an offer to get a 3D printer, and now they're like it's on the fence, see if we get it or not. But yeah, it's just like all sorts of cool stuff going to happen for that. But yeah, so let me go back to the Grand Champion thing. So there's going to be prizes for like placement, best in faction. That's easy for Legion, right? Because there's only 5 factions. Like if you do something like 40k, there's like 30 factions, so that's a little less obtainable.
A little tougher.
But we're gonna have best in faction prizes, like best sportsmanship. Who ends up with the best sportsmanship award will get something. Smoking boots, all that kind of like normal stuff. But the Grand Champion's gonna get a wrestling belt with your name engraved on it. And so how it works is you don't get to take the belt. So cause that's $200 of my money that just disappears. But what's going to happen is when you're at the event, you get to carry the belt and you get to put it over your shoulder like a wrestling champion. And for every winner, I found a site that'll like make an engraving, and so your name will be on the belt. And so each winner will have their name inscribed on the belt, like a little plaque thing. So that's going to be pretty rad. Yeah, it's actually going to be a good time. You can talk to anybody who went to it last year. That it was just kind of like a big party. It's out in the middle of nowhere. I know that sucks. That's the worst part. Is it's like literally the boonies, but it's a pretty nice hotel. Like it's all the hotel. Like it's only like 2-story hotel. So like you're right to the convention. Like you're right to the area. You don't have to like walk across the street. You don't have to like drive in. Right. It's all right there. So I hope I've talked about that enough. But the big thing is, right, sorry, my brain's really scattered. I've been like trying to organize a lot of stuff, but the big thing is we're judging it like AOS and 40K events are judged into boys. It's not going to be the same as Legion. So you can, like I said earlier, you can just straight win. You can be the first place. There's first place prizes for winning, but to be the grand champion is a combination of placement, sportsmanship, and your hobby. And we have a hobby rubric we'll be putting out soon, so you can actually see what you're graded against. Man, I don't like hobbying, but what I hate more about the Legion community with hobbying is when we do paint like scores and stuff, you don't really know why you lost. It's like, all right, okay, everyone, put out your stuff during the lunch break, and someone walks around and they go, oh, you win, and
yeah,
okay,
yep.
like there's not like a why'd I lose? It's just, oh, you didn't get voted, I guess. So we actually have the paint rubric, and during the event, if you want to be in the running for the grand champion, there'll be a paint desk where you'll bring your army to the desk, and you'll tell your story. So it's like, hey, did you do a display board? Why is your army like this? Oh, well, this is like a detachment from a remnant force. I got cut off, so that's why I put like this on it, and I modded this guy. It's like you can sell your army, not sell it, but like tell your story to people who actually care, like who want to hear about why you did stuff with your army, and then all the work you put into painting it is like noted and will be. And if you want feedback, they'll give that to you. Be like, oh, well, if you wet blended here, or if you did highlights here, or maybe if you did like a alt sculpt there, like they'll give you that feedback. And so when you lose, you'll know, and it won't just be like a ambiguous, well, it was a community vote, half the people didn't vote, and the 3 that did voted for their friends, so he's the best painted. Like that sucks. Like that's that's never good.
Evan, question for you on the painting. Yeah. Is it the full army, or can you just put in certain units?
It's the full army.
Okay.
The full army will be like the full for it to go toward grand champion. For that, to run for that, you'll want the full army. If you want to bring in like a model and have them just like talk to you about it, because they have like commissioned judges, commissioned painters who do the judging, and they'll give you feedback. So if you just have like a model, you don't want to go for the whole thing, but you're just like, hey, this is my Cad Bane, this is my best model, can you tell me what I could do to bring it to the next level? And they'll talk to you about it. Like they'll actually have like a real conversation instead of like, I don't know, hobbying Legion is like, it's there, but
it's almost an afterthought.
Yeah, and this is coming from a guy who hates doing it. I don't like doing it, but I feel bad for the people who really do it, and they just kind of get like this guy wins, right? Like it's
right.
It stinks. Like, and I'm not saying the people who win like that don't deserve it, but when you lose and you really tried, it'd be nice to know why. All right, like what can I do to get to the next level? Besides, I don't know, man. The 5 guys didn't say yes. It's like I don't know. So it's that's gonna be cool. That's actually a big reason why I stuck with the boys is their painting judges, is because they actually like that was a big feedback from the last event that we did, that when he went around and judged, he gave them like real feedback instead of just better luck next time, kid.
Yeah. That's fully appreciated, because like that's something I struggle with too at other Legion events. It's like, okay, well, why didn't these win? Like I brought these to this event, like this did well, but I brought it to this event and it didn't really like place at all, and I want to know why.
Yeah.
So yeah, that feedback's pretty important.
Oh, dude, I will never.
I want to get more into. I want to get more into the hobbying stuff. It's just like that's like where a lot of the fun is for me too. So that's awesome to hear.
And that's fair. And I'll never forget, Adepticon last year. Dude, I was so mad. So, all right, they say, enter your. I'm going to paraphrase, and I don't know the names of anybody who's judging, but so we're just
that's fine. It's better that way.
Keep that ambiguous, right? So, it was like best vehicle, I think.
Yeah, it was best vehicle.
So you bring a vehicle up. They say they judged it, and they go, okay, take him back, and then they called more people back up, like who already brought their stuff up, and I'm like, oh, he definitely like, oh, good job, Corey. And then you just placed.
I think I placed. It's like sweet. Like I can't wait.
Just didn't place. You're just like, well, what am I doing here? Like that made me upset, and that's like, that was right after that. Like that taste in my mouth was right after the Du Bois when we did the full like guy who's just run the whole thing down with you, and like you've got a rubric too, so you know what they're looking for. It's not this mystery like, well, I guess I'll just do as good as I can and go in, and it's like, well, you didn't wet blend, you didn't highlight, you didn't, like whatever it may
Yeah.
be they're looking
They-
for.
They did, not to cut you off early, but I don't want to like bury the lead. They did eventually tell me exactly what I did wrong and like what they didn't like about my piece. The problem I had with it was like bring your model up and then I don't place.
Yeah,
It's like I'd much rather them like not bring my model up and then like them talk to me separately.
yeah, right. Like it was just
Yeah,
very
it's like-
strange, very strange.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't win, but it's here on like next to the winners. Like, what does that mean?
yeah. Like, we
so
don't
they
have,
did get a lot of
go
the
ahead,
AMG painters. They did give good feedback,
Oh, that's
but
good.
like,
I
but
didn't know
yeah,
they even
it-
gave you feedback. Yeah, okay.
I did have to wait because he was talking to every other like winner. So like, I did have to wait like 20 minutes to like hear some feedback
man.
on my own stuff. But that's okay. I didn't mind. I was like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, that's good.
Because I thought I did a killer job. But either way,
Because we don't have like the worthy, right? Like I'm making a for
Oh, yeah.
MCP. I'm making the current run of Guardians of the Galaxy is like Wild West Groot's a planet destroying monster. Also, they're bad guys, kind of. So yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
really. It's good actually, but anyway, so Star-Lord's like this cowboy with 2 pistols and like a duster, and so I'm gonna have like make a display for that. But like, there's nothing like that for Legion. It's just like, well, there'll be an ubiquitous painting contest, but like for the worthy, you win like a hammer, you win Thor's hammer and a giant thing and medals, and it's like we don't have that for Legion, and that kind of stinks. And I'd like to see that eventually get folded into us because I know I said I didn't like the hobby aspect too much. I'm beginning to like it more now that I do it more, but I also wish like we'd get that same like, it doesn't have to be I don't need a Thor hammer to win for Legion, but it'd be cool.
you don't
like,
need a Slayer sword, right?
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
I don't know, like a little pendant, like something would be cool, like you tried even,
We're just gonna give like a golden E11 blaster. There you go.
Oh man, okay, you know what?
I'd
I'm
be
on.
down for that. I might
from
start
the
trying.
Inglorious Blasters.
Yeah, from
Participation
But,
medals.
yeah, hey, I'll
Everybody
take,
gets something.
you made it to
Everybody gets
Adepticon, baby. You already participated.
I got a rock.
But yeah, so January 27th, 28th, Schenectady, New York. Tickets are on in the TLDR, in the specific channel. You can find them there.
We can
Come-
post it on our social media and
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
and our podcast notes, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's come for the Legion, stay for the party kind of thing. So I usually do some fun stuff, but last year was like a really good time, and I didn't think it was going to be honest. I was really worried and panicked because I just bought a bunch of plaques that were random, and I'm like, God, I hope people want these. And my goodie bags were just a random sort of Star Wars candy, and it ended up being like a really good time. So I'm gonna try to mimic that again. I don't like to radically change. I like when my sequels are kind of the same. So it's instead of the Nick Bodnar Memorial, which he won by the way, which is extra funny.
He won his own tournament.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But it's Nick Bodnar Memorial 2 Electric Boogaloo. So, but yes, it's
Nice.
Du Bois Golden Sprue. Check it out at the end of January.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah. I will see if I can go. It sounds like a lot of
I'm
fun.
hoping.
Yeah, I'd love
Nice.
to see you guys there. It'd be cool. It's like again, like you need to defend your trivia title. Like this, Brendan, this son of a gun at Adepticon, just like 360 no scoped everybody at that trivia event, like just by himself. They had teams. I know some of those guys were using their phone too, and they couldn't beat you. It was just like wild.
They really were.
Yeah, it was just wild. This guy was just like a machine. So.
God,
yeah,
before
good
you
for
even finished the sentence, he wrote down the answer and was like walking right up to you. I was like, "What is going on?"
And the guy kept giving me Bush Light, so I was a little drunk. So when things coming up, I started like reading the answers. The guy's like, "Stop it!" I'm like, "Okay, sorry." Like, didn't know I was doing this tonight.
Nice.
That
Trivia's
was fun.
Brendan's one true calling.
Yeah.
Just Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, hey,
Star
all
Wars
right.
trivia. Yeah.
You see, I mixed it this year. It's going to be I have Star Wars, Marvel, and Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I'll
I've
be
got-
fine with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to like
Yeah.
because there's AOS there too, and they want to come in and like hang out and party with us too, and that's cool. I didn't want it to be all like, not everybody loves Star Wars as much as us, so I wanted to put like something else in there just to like, and there's not really like Warhammer trivia card, there's not like So I figure Lord of the Rings is close enough. Like, that's what we got.
Oh, that works. Very cool. Very cool. Shilling complete.
Done. All right. Sweet.
Done. There's other tournaments. They may or may not be just as cool. I heard LVO is a thing in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm not going to go, but it was fun last year. So
I was going to go, but then I sold my ticket. So
yeah.
Okay, that'd stop you.
It happens. That's January 18th, 21st. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
right around the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah, for real.
It's actually like
that's
the weekend after, or the 2 weekends after, like before Du Bois too. So it makes it kind of tough. Like our landing is really tough with LVO, but if you really want that gauntlet, you can go to LVO, then come to ours, and you could just be like a madman, just the road warrior madman.
That's right.
But even before LVO, we've got the Battle for the Jersey Shore, a World's Invite event. And that is taking place in Barnegat, New Jersey at the Mariners Lodge number 150. It's a 32-person tournament with 3 invites on the line because it's going to be 2 heats of 16, and then anybody who loses can drop and start a new heat of 16.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool system.
I like it. Yeah, losing one and being out completely really stinks, huh? Having a chance would be kind of nice, right?
Yeah, and that tournament's on January 6th.
Yeah, it would be a shame if you threw rock and they threw paper.
Yeah, and you're like your first round too, right? Like that'd be a real bummer to have that happen.
Oh man, I don't know if we want to talk about that now, but
I will say we'll get into it in a future episode.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not something I'm worried about because I don't have an invite.
there you go.
You just have to get a pity one like me. Like just let it like trickle all the way down to 13th. Like I didn't earn that. Like I just got like it fell on me, dude. And when he said 12th place, and he's like in 12th place, and I'm like, it was like the last one. I'm like, well. I was starting to get ready to cry. And he's like, "It already has one, so Evan gets it." And I'm like, "Oh God, please, oh God!"
The facial reactions, like your eyes just kept increasingly like getting wider and wider as it like keeps going down. It's like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I didn't
Only
like
13.
Look, Brendan. I didn't win that. All right, like that was not a like top placement thing, but it's weird. This chase has been bad this year for me. Like I've struck out like ACO, Gen Con, PAX, not this PAX, but last PAX. Was that in the season? I don't remember.
No,
maybe not.
No.
The season technically
this
started like May.
Nova. Yeah, Nova Open. It's
Nova.
been just bad. Like damn.
Oh yeah, it's been bad for me too. Basically all the store championships I went to, except for one, and we're talking like 7 or 8 store championships I've gone to. All of my losses, except for one tournament, the only loss was to the guy who wins it. So
yeah, brutal.
That's brutal, man.
I had to TO the 3 in my area. I didn't even get to play because it'd be a bye, so I opted to sit out so they could play and be an even number. So yeah, I had to dude. It's this year was rough, man. It was not a smooth operation.
Right. Brendan, I mean, like, I'm pretty confident you can get the one in South Jersey because,
if I
a lot of people already have the invite.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you gotta sweat, baby. Time to just no more lat.
No more lats.
Go for the throat, bro.
Yeah, no more lats.
It lat you down. We are well aware of this at this point. We are.
On that note, I'm leaving.
Brendan, you're a great player. You just gotta go for the throat, man. It's what it is at this point, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I did have fun this past week getting a game in. I wanted to try a strategy, and let me tell you, I think there's still something there. I've talked about this strategy before. Really leaning into Ruthless for Moff Gideon.
Yeah, for Moff.
Oh yeah,
and the guy I ended up playing brought double darks. So, honestly, I almost killed both Dark Troopers with this, but I definitely need more impact in the list than I had. I can play around with other aspects of the list, but I was running a shoreline, so 3 shore troopers with the T-21s and the mortars, and the T-20 and the shore troopers all had medics. And the way I was playing, I mean, I was basically getting shots off and being able to run away with the shore troopers, because I'd have 3 actions every time they had an order.
Oh
so
God.
my shore troopers each took 2 wounds from being ruthless 2 times, but they never actually got shot.
That's hilarious.
It's all
man.
fine, but you can heal it back. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, your value on that is what? Like, what's a shore trooper model? Like 11 points?
10 points.
10 points? So you're saving 2 points because what are they? 18? 19?
19 points.
Okay, yeah, you're
So
saving.
you're saving a
yeah.
point.
A point, but still, like that's
The
know,
action
that's-
economy is amazing.
yeah. Huh.
Being able to triple move as well is like kind of
Triple
silly.
move. So I had
Oh,
I had bombing run in my deck. We didn't end up playing it, but I mean, when you can triple move your guys, why not?
Yeah, it's what. That's one of those things where I'd be like, oh man.
When it happens to you, you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
fuck.
gonna have no
Yeah,
idea
right.
until it's too late.
I'm like running. I'm like got my AAA TST. I'm like, all right, baby. Bombing run, not even a problem. Then you're like, move, drop, and I'm like,
And then they're out of your
Oh.
arc, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh no. It's like, oh no.
oh God, not again. But no, that's funny. Okay, all right, that's good. I love
Yeah,
it.
so he loves being he's our like team mad chemist over here. He's like he's trying
Hey,
out some
man,
weird and
yeah.
wacky stuff. Yeah,
I have ideas. They're not always good ideas, but they're ideas.
they're right.
That's what it is, man. I tried Grievous for most of the year. That was my thing. I was gonna make Grievous work, and my synopsis after thousands of dollars of travel and tournament tickets is he's fine.
He's okay.
He's fine. He's good. He's fair. That's it. Like,
Right, he's not busted.
This cards kind of stink. One's really good. Confused. 2 is like fine, and 3 is not great. But like, he's good. He's not as bad as people say.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's fine. He's he does his thing.
Well, I mean, this might be a good time to just roll into like our main topic today. We're going to talk about some of our holiday like Legion wish lists. Do you wish that Uncle Uncle Grievous was a little better?
Yeah, actually, I wish. So Grievous and Shatterpoint like slaps. He is a
He does,
scary dude, and that feels right. Grievous and Legion, he just needs like. He's fine point wise. His gun is like free or something. Yeah, I think so now. It's like fine.
Yeah.
He's just all like. He could use like. Maybe like. It's hard to say with him because he's with droids like.
What about reliable one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like reliable.
Like just something
hurt.
small.
Or like
you
a
know?
permanent disengage, like just he gets to run because he's a coward.
If he,
I
mean,
like that.
permanent disengage, I think I'd pay like an extra 20 points easy for that.
Maybe
And then like he would like slap. I think that's the way to do it.
Kill as hard as Op Luke does because he doesn't have Surge to crit all the time like he does, and all
Right.
Op Luke's cards are just better, right? Like they're just I get to kill you twice with 14 or something. Like it's nutty. But I'd pay more for it, but like maybe disengage because in X-wing. He's got this thing where if you're shooting at him and you're in his back arc, he gets to reroll defense dice because he's good at running away, and he gets rerolls when he's in your back arc because he's a coward, right? He's a backstabber, so he like wants to like get the thing. And I'm like, man, that's really cool. What did they do with him in Legion? He gets like his one card that like lets him skedaddle, but it's also his dive card. So it's too power like it's.
I'm in camp. That's not his dive card. That's like actually like the card you play when you're in.
Get out of jail.
But that's the frustrating part though. Like you're playing like a 2-pip probably to get in, and it's not very good.
His 2-pips won me games. Like when he was like at a few hit points, I played his 2-pip. I had 3 B1s around. They swung him with Maul. He did like 6, and I'm like, B1 takes 2, that takes 2, that takes 2. Grievous is free. So like it's he's not terrible, but yeah, if he got like a little bit twisted, I think he'd be seen more. I guess that'd be my holiday wish list. I'll put in one more that I'd love to see, like Jedi Survivor characters show up, or Jedi like Cal Kestis or something. That'd be neat.
Yeah.
And I'd also love them to do. I'll put one more in there real quick. I'm not even gonna go too much. Just gonna keep jamming them in here. I don't get to talk anymore. Please let me talk. I really wish they would do like how they did with the Luke Vader set. I wish they would do more of that, but you could buy in a store. So it'd be like Cal versus Second Sister, or old Obi-Wan versus a new sculpt for Vader, something like that, like a dual faction set that's kind of cool and thematic, like they do with MCP with like Spider-Man versus Doc Ock, or Wolverine versus Sabretooth, or Black Panther versus Killmonger on these cool displays, like hard plastic, $100 or something, and you get like a display and like 2 models. Like, I'd like to see that. So that's it. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm out.
I love that. Every time I see those on Twitter or whatever it is when those drop, I'm always like, what? Like, now they get this like amazing diorama? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Where's our diorama?
Yeah, where's our
stuff?
why don't we have anything cool like that?
Take all the Legion bunkers, bundle them into something cool.
Gosh. But if you put 2 together, you can make a pillbox. It's totally worth $200.
I mean, the closest we've gotten is the crashed escape pod.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful piece right there.
Pay like what is it, like $60-$70 for R2 and C-3PO?
There's like our locals. We have like no one wants that pod, and so when we do like a Legion table, there's like 6 of them just on tables because like. They just like, I'll donate it to the store. It's terrain. Here you go.
I still have both of mine unassembled. There's just no point. John, what about you? What do you got for a wish list?
So 2 things for me. Number 1 would be a rework of Obi-Wan. I think he obviously needs a lot of help. I think either a points reduction, or a combination of a points reduction and a command card rework. His 1 pip is solid. I think that's his 1 card that I think is pretty decent, but his 2 and 3 pip needs some help. But I'd love to get him a points reduction. I think the biggest problem for me is every time I list build right now, it's very difficult to not just auto include Anakin if you're doing a Force user.
He's so good
over Obi-Wan. Yeah, he's just so good. And every time I've played with Obi-Wan, which has only been maybe twice in the last year, because every time I do, I'm just like, why am I paying more for Obi-Wan when I could pay less for Anakin and have XYZ and still have both the support aspect for my army and all the benefits of a powerful Force user. And I mean, his lightsaber is just the double rainbow. Just it's rough. So
it's not exciting.
Yeah, or
yes.
Yeah, so I just wish he was. I feel like he's there but not there. Like he's every time I go in there to list build, it's almost like he's not even on that roster of available units. I'll look at Yoda, I'll look at Anakin, I'll even throw together like, Chewie Chieftain list, but Obi-Wan is literally not on my radar at all, ever.
Okay. Is Obi-Wan higher or is Rex higher on your radar?
Oh.
Yeah, who would you include in a list first?
It's actually a good question.
Rex?
I think I'd pick Obi-Wan just because he's a Force user, but
yeah.
I think I would go Obi-Wan over Rex, probably. Still.
But probably not by much, I bet.
Yeah. So actually, maybe I should have put Rex on that. See, Rex is so much so not. I didn't even know he was a playable unit in this game.
See?
Well, honestly, like you're not like, because Cody's so good.
Cody's disgusting. Like
Cody's so
he does so many good things.
He's
I think
solid.
Obi-Wan and Rex have the Gen 1 problem, like Han did.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
The game just when they came out, they were pretty fire. Some would say top tier even, and then like Anakin came out, and then Anakin no one cared, and then he got that points drop, and the card changed.
Like,
Defend 1 was a huge help.
Oh, dude, it's
and it was an extra order as well, right?
Extra order on the 2 pip with Defend 1.
Like that was like was mind blowing. It's like, oh,
It's the bummer is he supports the army more than Obi-Wan does, but that's supposed to be Obi-Wan's thing.
Yes.
Is I help people. And if you gave Obi-Wan Exemplar, like the knowledge of defense would be like, and I have 8 dodge tokens. Go for it, bro. You know, like that's like I don't want that either. So it's like a weird like. Maybe if they do like what they did with Yoda, it's like, hey, you play a card, you get Exemplar for a turn or something, where it's like a big. You can have one turn where he's just like, you know, god tier tank, and you just can't. You just this turn you just don't shoot.
Is it the 3-pip that gives him a bunch of surge tokens?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What if it just said like all of that, then plus Exemplar for the round? Like that might be enough.
That's probably
Like,
fine.
like
I mean,
surging
that
red
her-
defense for like the whole round. Like,
Yeah, they were. That was also the wave where they got critical X happy. So like,
oh yeah, yeah.
like Grievous has what? No, he doesn't have any critical. It's just Gun's got critical 1, right?
His
And
gun is crit 1. Yeah.
And then Obi instead of surge didn't crit, which he should just surge to crit. It's silly he doesn't. He's got critical 2. It's like okay.
So
I mean,
so bizarre. Not
yeah, really just. All right, man. Like I guess.
It really does go to show, though, like, if you think about it, Anakin got that rework where they changed his 2-pip, gave him defend 1 in that extra order. Really, that's the defend 1 on the 2-pip. And he went from everyone kind of dogging on him to him being, like, top tier, like, almost immediately.
I'd agree.
Because of very minor changes. So, that's all it takes. And Obi-Wan, you know, we could be having a very different conversation after the next errata and points update. So
Just a couple keywords, man. That's what's nice about the system is you just slap a keyword on, and you don't have to like. It's not like 40K where you got to rewrite a codex to fix somebody. This is just like
You go buy a new book.
Yep.
Yeah, give him reliable 2, and like, oh, he's great now.
Yep.
You're like, holy
What
cow,
a monster. Yeah. Absolutely.
And number 2, this one's not nearly as big as Obi-Wan, and actually subpoint to Obi-Wan reworked to Rex, but I will not go into whole because he wasn't even on my radar. Now I've got even more things on it, but I'll work it into ARC troopers in general, which I feel like people go nuts about this statement just given all of the Yoda ARC list running around.
Yeah.
People
Tread carefully.
Yeah, people are like, what? Oh my god! But saying this prior to the Yoda Padme arc list running around, I don't think people would have been freaking out about this statement. I think giving the sniper either like high velocity or I don't even want to say critical 1 because I feel like it'll just give everyone nightmare.
No.
So maybe just
bye-bye.
high velocity. Just
It's
something so that the
it's silly.
strike team is useful.
It's silly that they don't, right? It's like the best trained snipers in the galaxy would be clone snipers, right? Like they're the army guys, and they like a rebel trooper can just dodge. It's like 2 out in the open. I'm like dodge, sorry pal. Like I get the droids are just like you're so reliable that maybe you're always getting it over. But still, I think snipers should just have all of them should just have high velocity. Like I don't know.
That's kind of my thought. Like I mean, that is kind of the point of the sniper rifle. So I mean, I realize Yoda Padme arcs is now becoming a thing. So I don't want anybody to like crucify us and start sending us hate emails. But
Directed all towards John.
Yeah, towards John. He's the Gar player. He's the one wishing
don't-
for this garbage.
Don't even
I'm in that
send
same
them
boat.
to me, Brendan. I'm not even gonna read them. But
I think you're right though. It's because you take Echo if you're taking a strike team, and that's like a 66 point strike team, which you're not a strike team anymore. You're a Toka battery, right? Like,
Yeah.
But it's also the only 3.1 in the game. So
also true.
Or
All
3
right,
health
like
points.
it's a
yeah.
So you're expensive and you're worth it though, right? Like no one will say Echo strike team isn't like
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
he's solid.
But yeah, why would you ever take a normal strike team? Like we have a local who plays them, and like we just let him have high velocity. It's just like it doesn't. We're all like, yeah, okay, man, like whatever, and he'll pick off one model, and we're like, okay, cool. Like it's like yeah, my galactic my OG scout sniper can just wreck your clones. Like when we play casual games at my local, we just kind of like rules aren't really. If someone wants to try something, we're like, yeah, man, go for
so
it.
you're playing casual Street Legion, okay?
Yeah. No, it's like back out. We're throwing dice against the wall, red dice. Really going for those. But we tried a game with it, and it felt like fine. It was just like because you're already paying like a lot for them, and now with the new cover changes and how units die, he would shoot, kill something, and then I would shoot him twice and he'd be dead. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
like I don't. It's still
Yeah,
a fair
that's fair.
game. Like you still have to get out and shoot, right? You're not like invincible. So, no, I'm on team. They could use high velocity. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Same team.
Yeah, I think it would be fine. Like, it only improves the Gar versus Scar matchup, so like, sure, it probably becomes less boring.
Yeah, this stalemate.
Like, honestly, yeah. Oh no, 800 tie. Yeah, please let's not. I don't want to hear that again. Oh man, Brendan, you got any wish lists?
I do. I got 4 things.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Ooh,
here we
all
go.
right.
Number 1, I don't want ties to be a thing.
Correct.
There you go. I stitched you up.
Yep, I like that.
Yep.
All right. Number 2, I want the rest of the Rebels crew available.
Okay.
Yes,
for the
that's
Rebels.
fair.
Agreed.
It's
That will
been
be the
5
fastest
years.
way to get me to play Rebels. So,
Yes.
Yep.
just I want the best murder bot in the galaxy, Chopper, on the table.
Yo, so real funny story about Chopper. Finish your thing. We'll go back to Chopper. Put a pin in that. I don't want to stop your momentum.
No. We can hear your thing about Chopper, because the rest of the stuff has nothing to do with Chopper.
Okay, so Chopper and X-Wing used to like, you could like take a damage or add a stress or something to like get an action. It was like, and so the joke was the there's the art for one of the old Astromechs was like, it's actually the repair bot in Legion. They use the same art, where it's the repair bot for Empire. In the background, you see Chopper like looking at him around the corner, like. So Chopper's is a psychopath, and that was a big joke in X-Wing because like he could destroy an upgrade. That was it, to do something. So he would just kill people or whatever, like just to keep going. So like he could and so like Legion, like I freaked out when I saw the art. I'm like, they used the same art. There's a serial killer behind him. Like Chopper's body count's pretty big. But yeah, no, I'm all about Chopper. He better have like a hell of a gun or a melee or something. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something
Something cool.
All right. Next up, because we all know the Empire is lacking in diversity for their units, we definitely need Purge Troopers.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
Purge
yeah.
Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
We're getting some Inquisitors. We need some Purge Troopers to go with
Yeah.
the Inquisitors.
That's fair.
And then lastly, because the Empire still needs more, Imperial Super Commandos, because I want Speed 3 Stormtroopers.
Okay, I mean that could have been a heavy response team. That could have.
Yeah, but
Could've
they
been,
need jetpacks. I need.
Yeah.
jetpacks.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's
See Jetpack Force. You're not thinking about the bigger picture.
that is kind of strange that like a lot of the media, like video games and stuff like that, have like jump pack troopers. Like even in like Battlefront, you can just get a guy with a jump pack. Like
Imperial Assault had Jetpack Troopers. I'm surprised we didn't get any yet in Legion.
yeah, it's just
So.
feels like because in Legion it's like it's cool, but it's also like I'll use my jump one.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I mean, I'm cool with seeing the ones that we saw in Rebels, who were just Mandalorians who kind of joined the Empire, or if we see the ones that Moff Gideon had in the Remnant that are wearing Beskar, that's even better. Because, I wouldn't
No,
mind
those are cool.
having those guys.
Yeah, Empire has nothing to play with right now. You're right. They could
Yeah,
really
yeah,
use
yeah.
some new.
Wow, what a wish list. The rich get
Honestly,
richer over there.
I was hyped when they showed the not shore troopers, the troopers from Solo,
The Range
Range.
Troopers.
the range troopers.
Yeah, they look
boots with
sweet.
fur. Yeah, they look.
Yeah.
The models look dope. Like that's
They look
honestly,
really nice.
That's why I'm here at this point. Like I like Star Wars. Like if this game wasn't Star Wars, the game system is good, but I would just be like, all right, space battle game. There's a shelf
Yeah.
full of these, but I'm here for that. So give me the cool stuff. Like Like, I'm all about Geonosians, even though I don't really know if they're gonna be good. But I think they're like
I think
really
they're sneaky
neat.
good.
Yeah, I think having an army of them on the table is gonna look super cool, and I want to relive, like, especially if they get Delta Squad in the game, then you can have Delta Squad versus Geonosians, and you can relive that like first level of Republic Commando where you're just gunning down Geonosians. Like, I'm here. Like, I don't care if I'm losing them. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is like why I'm here, man. Like, when I see Vader roll into my army and like one shot a thing of Rebel troopers, I'm like, yeah. Like, it's again, I'm here
Star
for it,
Wars.
right? Like,
Yep.
this is it, right? This is why I'm here. This is the comics. But it's so, yeah, just give me more of that cool stuff. Like, I'd rather have a unit be neat and maybe not top tier than just not exist. Like, I'd rather be kind of forgotten and at least exist so I could play it as a pet unit, and then instead of not having this like super balanced like meta unit. We're not quite there yet. Like, Rebels and Empire are getting close where you have enough stuff where you could have like a pet favorite hero or something. But it's not like 40k where you have like, you build your army and you've got this obscure named dude from like 3rd edition. You're just still holding on hope that he'll get they'll look at him again, right? And you just keep playing him just to hope. But no, I'm all about just like having cool stuff. Like, yeah, anything. Let's go.
Especially as, as new stuff comes out, we keep seeing them being different from anything we've seen before. Yeah. So it definitely adds a lot of freshness to the game. Sometimes that different isn't necessarily great. But, I like that each unit feels different for the most part. But as a fifth stretch, I would like to see a little bit of a rework to some of the older units. Like John was talking about. Some things have definitely been left behind with them getting creative. So,
yeah.
Like, there's a few, like, E-webs, I feel like, are kind of, like, lost.
They had,
give
in
them
my opinion,
long
plenty
shot
of,
one.
They had plenty of opportunities to make them better, but they just refused.
Yeah.
Remnant was a good spot. Blizzard Force was a good spot.
I'm telling you, all they need
I feel like
is
Remnant
long
was
shot
the
one.
best spot.
Yeah.
Those were good spots.
This is an E-web heavy blaster.
I was literally thinking of that.
That's
scene.
the command card. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I know.
Moment of consideration. There's like, the nice thing about Legion is I don't have like shelves of units that are just, dog water. They're just like, oh, we will never touch that again. But like, Gav tank kind of stinks. It's like, even the clone weapon support platform, like infantry support platform, like, I like it, but with terrain and stuff, it's like I can't see over it. I can't move around. I'm kind of stuck in corners and some tables.
I think it can go over barricade. I forget.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Don't have a custom barricade that's on a little hill or something, because then you're just, it's just like we're so close to having a game where like you could bring anything, and then I have to always read your list, right? And like, that's what I like about Legion is, it's not like X-Wing 1.0 at the end where it was just like, I saw your toys and I didn't even need to read your list. I just know what you had. Like, you can rattle it off. It doesn't matter. I know you're playing Kanan Biggs. I know every upgrade you have. I got scared last Worlds when everything was Blizzard Force, like the same Blizzard Force, and I'm glad to see like the top table was like untraditional Shadow Collective list and a very traditional Empire list.
It was double bounty, right?
Yeah,
double bounty, a lot of Pierce.
Seeing those reach above the Blizzard Force was cool, but it didn't change the fact that like when I played out of my 4, 5, 6, 7 games, 6 of them or 5 of them were Blizzard Force, 2 of them were Double Dark, and 1 was Rebel. And it got to the point where I'd see 4 bikes, Op Vader, 2 HRUs. He's like, "Do you want me to go over my list?" I went, "No." Like, I already know what you got, man. Like, it's fine. And no shade at them because they want to win. It's a once a year thing, right? Like, I get it. So you bring your best chance, right? But it's like, I was getting nervous there because I started getting that X-Wing 1.0 feeling. I'm like, oh, Blizzard again. It's like, okay, here we go. But now, like, even though the clone times are high again, people still are doing some like cool stuff with it. Like, they're still like, oh, triple bark Anakin, or I tried this. I put a Wookiee in here instead. So like, it's not quite solved
the
yet.
Wookiee Force is technically like the Gar Republic stuff. So like, that's doing well.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's okay for them to have their time in the sun again because they did not like. It goes like this, right? Every faction gets it. I just wish Rebels would have some time again because it's been a long time.
I mean, it's definitely with Crit 12 on the other side of the board or something.
Oh,
like
dude,
that.
yeah. It's I know. My boogeyman is Ryan Stabcast.
It's Ryan. Yeah. He's my boogeyman too.
He beats me at every event, and then he's a super nice dude. But I see him, like, someone says his name, I'm like, here in my room, like, he could be anywhere. But his, like, when I brought my triple ATSD, he was my first loss because it was just critical everything, right? Like, my ATSDs rolled, like, no paint. But this definitely was not my dice were bad scenarios. I hit my rock, right? Like, my scissor was doing so good, then nothing but critical X just ripped me apart. So
I heard you got hold at any cost fire supported with the Mark IIs. Did you learn about that same day?
That is so scummy. Yeah,
dude, I learned about it too.
I didn't know. So, okay, if you don't know, this was.
We want to talk about it again. Yeah.
This is just because this is like a.
It is.
I didn't know. So, okay, scummy, not the right word.
It's so cool.
He outplayed me very well. Like, let me say this before I complain. He outplayed me completely. He was the better player, and he was super nice about it. So. That's out of the way. Yo, Mark IIs. What? So they each had a face-up order token, right? And so he each had he had standbys on both because of hold at any cost. And it was he activated one. No, he didn't activate. What did he do?
No, he uses the standby.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So he shoots with one, and then he can stand by.
He can flip the face-up token in order to give it fire support.
Yes, so that's 8 black dice, critical 4, and then
he does it again.
Yeah, he's triggered both standbys. So the first one he fires with both, and then the second one uses his, and he flips his order token, and they just do it again to you because fire support doesn't take the standby. And it was just like, so my ATSD got hit with 16 black, so 16 black dice, critical 8. And it just exploded, and I was just in shock. I didn't know what to even say. I'm like, good game, man.
Like if I'm fighting against an Echo base list, that is the first target I'm killing, no matter what. I don't care if taunts are in my face. I'm killing these stupid Mark IIs. I do not want that to happen again.
That was brutal because I didn't have a choice. It was we each had a game plan. His worked out, mine didn't. And it was just like cream on the top was just like, oh, you're going to remove 2 ATSDs this turn. Okay, yeah, I love this. And his Tauntauns, like of all things I'm talking about Tauntauns, and Year of Our Lord 2023 ripped into my side and just were like murking my dudes. And I'm like, this is a complete and utter rout. I'm going to be writing so many Dear John letters home. Like, no one's making it out of this alive. Like, this is just terrible. But no, he taught me a lot. But that's like a diehard Rebel player, right? That's just a guy who's
sure.
And so it's crazy, and I hate it. But just let Rebels have it.
Rebels need something, and dude, Ryan found there's something. Like in my opinion, like Echo Base is crazy good.
Echo Base is good.
Absolutely. Going back on track, I guess I'll give a quick wish list item.
No, Corey, time's over.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been fun, guys. I want some new heavy weapons for the core troopers. More variety. I think they, the cheap person in me just wants them to put out like a print and play. They do print and plays fairly often now. We've seen it with Battle Forces. I don't think it's an issue if you don't print the model. Just give us something like
counts as
so for example, like this DLT 19 is now Stormtrooper Steve's DLT 19, and suddenly it throws red, white. I don't know, crit 1. Something. Right, like something interesting and different, right? Just put a name to it, and then like suddenly you can give it different stats. That's what I would love. And you don't have to print plastic. You just need paper at home and just put it in a card sleeve and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's kind of weird they haven't done more of that. They've done a lot with the Battle Forces. I was kind of hoping to see like hey, that blast gun for the fleets is kind of bad, so here's
Yeah.
that guy from the book you don't remember, and it's his gun, and he's really good with it, right? Or something, right? Like I
Just
don't know.
something. You could very easily name it just Stormtrooper Steve's gun. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. Look, Steve matters. He's a cool
Steve
dude.
matters.
Yeah. It's his turn to shine, okay?
What's like when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons or something, and you're fighting like goblins, and they all die in a hit until one gets a name. And as soon as he like hears a name shout, the goblin's like, "No, Filthrop," and he's just like, gets now I have like 30 hit points and I'm not going down, right? Like, it's like the same idea. You're a generic mook until someone says your name, then you've got a backstory. It starts writing around the page at the time.
I think that's good for me on like wishlist stuff. I could rattle off a couple other things, but I'm good. I think heavy weapon choices is like would be the highest for me. Just want to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, some more heavy weapons or more personnel. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, personnel as well. Yep.
Agreed.
Just give them a name. Just print it out. It's fine.
One crazy idea I've had is a unit that can take 2 personnel. I think that would be fun, because then you could do crazy things like a medic and a comms tech.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, as long as you point it right. The nice thing about the game is you point anything. Like, you want to do
just
something
point it
crazy, just point it up. Like, and personnel is like, it's not harmless, but it kind of is. It's not like 2 heavy weapons and a core trooper for some reason.
Right.
Unless you give it to droids, then that's like an issue. Cause
Oh, yeah, I guess they do have
don't give it to droids.
God forbid someone use like the Loam droid or like the security droid that I've never seen played ever. It's like they have a lot of just like garbage personnel, but they have some really good ones.
Yeah, absolutely. The what's that? Their worker droid, the PK worker droid, is so disgustingly good. I like always put in two in a list now. I'm like, okay,
why not?
here we go.
24 points, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's like, prepare for, sure. Alrighty. Any other wishlist items before we? What do you think? We can land the ship. We've been like rabbling for like an hour.
Land
More Inquisitors.
More Inquisitors.
Yeah, I'd like that idea. More lightsabers in general.
More lightsabers. Yeah. Gar is missing like cool ones like Mace Windu and the list goes on. There's like a certain small orange alien.
When
what is her name? Oh yeah, Ahsoka. Where's Ahsoka for Gar?
Come on. I was just about to say something else that annoyed me, and that was when when you see the stuff come out for Shatterpoint, like Mace and things like that, you're like, are you kidding me? Like Legion is 5-6 years old, and Shatterpoint is getting Mace Windu. Like, come on. So
Plo Koon's the one that hurt for me.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Plo's Bros.
But he's got a card.
He does.
He does. He's in the game, okay? He's in the game.
He's got like bind. I guess so. I keep referencing X-Wing because to me it's like the almost perfect Star Wars game because it had some interesting stuff. But so like you had the choice between Luke Skywalker, the gunner on the Millennium Falcon, and that was really good because you got to do a bunch of shenanigans, or Luke Skywalker, the pilot in the X-Wing, and that was really good. But you had to pick one because you're like, oh man, these 2 things are so good, I gotta pick. I would love to be like Plo Koon in tank or Plo Koon on table and like, oh man, these are both so good. I don't know which one I want to like we don't really have that yet. It's just like Commander Vader, Operative Vader, and okay.
To add to the wish list, I would love to see characters that we already have maybe available as vehicles in vehicles, or
that's a good point.
Or like a Luke or a Han on Tauntauns,
Oh, dude.
There's room for that in this game. So,
yep.
Yeah, mounted commanders. I thought they were going to be doing more of that with Field Commander. Kind of leaning more into that. Like, it's just a card. Who cares? Like it's just it's Vader in the ATST now, I guess. Like whatever. Like you could just do stuff like that because it's just a printed card. You don't need to print a model. So that'd be cool. I'd love to have hard choices on the hero I want to play, but where I want them in my list. Like, do I want Luke in the T-47 or Commander Luke or Operative Luke. Like that would be cool to be like, oh man,
That would be cool.
I don't know where I want to put Luke. Like he's so good in all 3 spots. Now it's just like Operative, I guess. You know, it's like a Commander maybe. You know, like it's
Commander, if I want to like maybe not win the game.
Unless you're Echo based.
Oh yeah, Echo based Luke is like okay, but yeah, like another Commander. I mean, he could take prepared supplies. He's fine. He's got a dodge.
Joe,
token
good,
in
one
the can.
dodge.
I'm playing with a
got a
handicap
spinach.
because it's a newer player. I guess I'll take Commander Luke.
Sure, I'll take Commander.
Dude, yes. Like, and they're like, oh, cool, it's Luke. And you're like, yep, it's Luke. Oh, he just died? He did.
Yep, you
So
got it.
Imagine if Luke ran at you on a Tauntaun. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Commander
Obi-
Luke on a Tauntaun. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Obi-Wan on a bark? Like, it's,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah. What we really need is like scattered, like a mission that has scattered or a condition. Let me say condition that has like scattered like speeder bikes all along the battlefield that like you can just go mount up and like you're now suddenly on the speeder bike
Yeah.
and like
I'm
you're
here
flying
for it.
around. Like, wouldn't that be so? That'd be so
fun.
cool.
It's just like the movie.
Yeah. Just I want the fun thematic stuff. You know, like I don't care if it's balanced. Like honestly, we'll figure it out if it's balanced for competitive later. Just give us the fun stuff.
Definitely
You figure out
won't
the balance
be
later.
balanced.
Just send it out there.
No, it won't. But no, but it'd be fun.
You know what? I feel like that's a spot for the special operations they do, like the
Mhm.
Pablo's Wild Ride, but they're not crazy enough. That's the thing. They're like oh, the dynamic escapes. Like, get the thing, take the hacker, hack the thing. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want like Death Star's blowing up on turn 3 on Scarif. I
Yeah.
got 2 turns to do something crazy, right? Like, give me something that's like. I don't want to play the one-off missions like the Dodonga, whatever the
Dianoga.
Yeah, I know what
I know.
you're talking about.
It's like fine. I'd just rather play Legion though. It's like not fine enough where I'd like, oh man, you want to play it again? You know, it's like, I don't know. Like,
That was
I'll
a fun
do it.
distraction.
Yeah, I'm doing it because I want my 5 tickets for Adepticon. You know, like let's just get through this. Like, let's go. All right. Like,
It's
Your
8
prize wall, here I
tickets.
come.
You- oh no, I died. Give me my tickets. But yeah, no, I
yeah.
feel you.
Well, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna land the ship. I think this is a good, fun holiday discussion about what we want to see. We're excited for the game. Obviously, we want brand new stuff. Unfortunately, we have to be patient. But anyways, yeah, I want to thank Evan. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Love having you back.
Yeah, thanks, Evan. Happy
And,
holidays, everybody.
Happy
Absolutely.
holidays. Everyone go to The Boys. That's January 27th, 28th.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good at podcasting sometimes. Yeah, everyone should go. Go sign up. Links should be in our show notes, and go check out the Legion Discord channel. Should be there.
Excellent.
Well, cool. We are the Inglorious Blasters. I'm Corey.
I'm John.
I'm Brendan. Ho, ho, ho.
Santa Vader has spoken. Stay glorious, everyone.